Yeah, what's up, guys? This is Farouk from the African Fighters, and today we have Bellator Bantamweight, number 4 ranked Bellator Bantamweight, Raufeon Stots. He's a Nigerian American, and we're happy to have you today. Thank you for your time, champ.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I'm excited. I'm always happy for the support, and I love to represent. Even though I've never been in Nigeria, Africa. My dad is like from there, born and raised. So it's always good when I can meet some people from my background. So.
Okay, thank you for that. Tell us a little bit about yourself. About asking that question about your heritage, your Nigerian roots, and you just mentioned that your dad is from Nigeria. So how are you planning to come to Nigeria someday? Are you planning to visit Nigeria? And
so that's
Nigerians in the US.
So the plan is to come back to Nigeria. My dad moved here when he was 18 for school.
Okay.
And then he met my mom. My mom was African American, she was from here, so from Texas, and they hit it off, and it didn't kind of work out with them, but I still have like a great relationship with my dad, and he calls me pretty much every other day, you know what I mean? So so I'm always in touch with my heritage. My dad speaks fluent Igbo. I've never like sat down and I tried to learn once when I was I want to say like 12. He taught me some sayings and stuff, but I was just at the time I was not
and I was ready to learn at that moment.
You say what?
I said at that moment you were not ready to learn the language at that time. It was a bit difficult.
I wasn't ready. Exactly. I wasn't ready to learn it. Yeah, and I have two younger brothers and a younger sister on my dad's side, and we got a bunch of family in Nigeria. He's got one older brother still in Nigeria. One of his brothers just passed away last week, and then and then we got family here. Yeah, no worries. He had went to the hospital and he was sick, and so he was also he was 66, which is kind of young, but yeah. So yeah, we got family here, and I try to stay in touch, as much as we can.
Thank you also for the support. You repost our content. We just started this year in February, so we thought of shining light on African fighters, showcasing them to the world. And we want to just see people from the US, the UK representing the African roots. It's something that gives us joy. And we saw that in you, and we just said we'll keep posting about you.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I love to see it. I love to support, and I love to spread awareness. African MMA is here. You know what I mean? And hopefully we'll do like more events and stuff. African centered, and maybe they'll help out a bunch of people. You know what I mean? So
yes, good to know.
I'm all for it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Talk about your. I know you are a decorated college wrestler with a lot of accolades, and so how did you then move from wrestler, although you still have that skills in MMA, into going to MMA?
Yeah.
How was that journey like for you? Yeah.
I feel like it was a pretty good transition because I had like coaches that had been there before. One of my first coaches was Jens Pover, he was the first lightweight UFC champion. So he after wrestling, I won nationals in Division 2 twice in wrestling. And so then after that, I was kind of just helping out with MMA. And then he kind of convinced me, I took a couple boxing classes, then I took a jiu-jitsu class, and then he was like, man, you might as well just fight, So that's how I got into it. And the transition has been like super good for me because I've always like implemented my wrestling. So my game is like kind of around my wrestling, but my other skills just continue to grow, kind of the more I train, the more I learn stuff. So So yeah, and that, and because of the coaches I've had some like amazing high level, well, documented coaches, that have really good experience. So yeah, that's how I'm able to, like, I'm a product of pretty much the environments I put myself in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if not for MMA, what else will you have been doing?
So I did like wrestling,
Okay.
so I thought about going to like the Olympic route in wrestling. But I had talked to Kamaru Usman
Okay.
kind of before I was thinking about making jump to I was thinking about making the jump from college wrestling to like senior level wrestling in the Olympic Training Center and things like that.
Yeah.
And just talking to him, you know what I mean? He told me like what I should watch out for, and how like how hard the wrestling world is, and
Working through and all that.
yeah, working through it. Yeah. How lucrative it is,
Yeah.
And it just MMA just caught my eye more, not only for the finances, but also the kind of learning new stuff, and continue to like grow in other areas. You know what I mean? It's fun to punch people in the face, so yeah. So that if I would be doing anything else, it'd probably be wrestling.
Okay.
World level.
Okay. You just mentioned Kamaru Usman. I was about asking you again, what is your relationship with Kamaru Usman? How did you meet Kamaru Usman? Is he at Nebraska? Just tell us a bit about Kamaru Usman, who he is to you, the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Is it due to the Nigerian link? Or,
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or yeah,
Okay.
it is. So I met Kamaru Usman when I was in high school.
Okay.
And he was my coach for Team Texas. So he was my so all the best kids in Texas, pretty much they put together a team to go against like the other states, so against Nebraska and Arkansas and everybody at an event called National Duels.
Okay.
And so he was my coach for the Team Texas team. And then also like for Fargo and stuff like that, which is our big wrestling tournaments. So I knew him then. And then later on, I went to the same school that so when he was finishing up, I was coming in to the school that University of Nebraska at Kearney. And yeah, so he's always kind of like led the way kind of for where I was going, and he's always like the relationship, I feel like he feels like he's like a big brother, which I'm not like upset about. It's just like a vibe that he gives me, like, hey man, make sure he just wants to look out for me. But I think half of it is like I know one time when I came down to Nebraska, he was like telling me all this stuff that I need to be doing, make sure I'm doing to be successful in wrestling, because I was stepping up. And he was also telling me like, hey man, you got like food and he like, you got money and food and stuff, to live or whatever. And I was like, yeah. He was like, my mama just wanted me to ask, so and I think because they know I'm like half Nigerian, they try to take care or make sure I'm like okay.
So his mom knows you as well. The family knows you. The entire family.
Yeah, the family knows me too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You talked about that earlier. Has your dad been to any of your fights? Because
you say what?
Has your dad been to any of your fights? Your live fights?
Kamaru?
Your dad.
Oh, my dad.
You mentioned your dad, yeah. Has he been to any of your fights?
My dad has not been to any of my fights. Yeah, he lives in Washington, D.C., and he is a workaholic. He like works like all the time, yeah, so he's always watching, but he never, has had to say it, because he's got a what is it? 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 6-year-old. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to make it out.
Yes. Yeah. You are 16 and 1 in your pro career so far. just one defeat, which was in the ring of combat. So and after that, you went 8-5. You're on 8-5 winning streak. So what was that you learned from that fight, that defeat? What was learning?
So that fight was
Yes.
like super important to me
Okay.
because it taught me that nothing is like given, you know, in the fight. You know, I thought like I was brought in to win this fight and, you know, just go on to bigger and better things. But I wasn't present, and I wasn't like alert, and I wasn't like in the moment. I was thinking about the future and thinking about like, okay, after I win this fight, you know, then I'll do this. So it taught me to be alert. It also taught me that like usually when people fight me, they're they fight up, like they try to fight their best fight because they know that I'm going to be a tough opponent. Like they know I'm not going to be a walkthrough. And then because I have the accolades in wrestling, they just automatically kind of, they prepare, you know, they prepare and they're ready to like fight. So it's like, they get more nervous to fight me. So I have to be aware of that, like nervous energy, because like they're fighting, especially like where we were like on the regional scene, like they're fighting like, oh man, this got to be my best fight, because if I beat this guy, then I can beat anybody. You know what I mean? So I got to be aware of that. And before I was like, okay, I'll come into a fight and I'm like, okay, well, the fight will play out. At the end of the day, I'll win, you know, as opposed to being aware of where I was and like making stuff happen all the way up into the win. I was like, yeah, the things will just happen and I'll end up winning, you know. And then I got lazy and I got caught and you know, I got knocked out. So, and it's good for me to say that and address that, because you know, I had to address a problem, you know what I mean? So it was good for me to learn.
Yes. Okay. Was it because of the moment, the hype? It was, I believe it was Dana White looking for the fight. You knew it was an opportunity for you to get to the UFC.
Exactly.
So you were just thinking.
So I was thinking, because Dana was like calling me on the phone, like, hey man, we're gonna get you fighting here. I'm thinking like, okay, this is this is for me. You know what I mean? Like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, you know? And he fought like the same thing, but he fought like, hey, this is my chance. This is my chance to, you know, make a name for myself or steal this guy's spotlight. So and he came out and he did that. So, you know, hats off to him for that.
Yes. Okay, let's go to the positive side now. I wanted to ask this before asking about the positive side. You also a one-time VFC, which is Victory FC Bantamweight champion. So how was that moment for you, becoming a champ, winning your first MMA title? How did you feel at that time?
That felt I think that was the first moment where I was like starting to believe pretty much in myself, you know what I mean? The fight after that, I think I started believing a little too much or whatever, you know, but that was like the first fight that I was like, you know what, I'm as good as people say I am or am gonna be, you know what I mean? And I just beat like a veteran of the sport, a UFC vet, and it's only my 8th fight. So I was like starting to believe that, you know, I was gonna be great. That was like the beginning of it, you know. That's my first professional title. I fought somebody who had he had 2 belts in VFC. He was like a champion in 2 weight classes. And so that was the first fight that I was like, you know what, I'm great. You know what I mean? I'm great at the fighting stuff.
Yeah, will you say that has been the biggest moment of your career till date, or there's something that is more than that so far, maybe in LFA or Bellator?
Yeah, I feel like that was like a big turning point for me. So it could have been that was a big turning point as far as like my confidence went and my like approach to fighting game. Another fight that I feel like gave me a lot of confidence in a different way was my LFA fight and what do you call it? My LFA fight against Levi Miles. Which Levi Miles tested me that fight. But I was able to persevere, you know, and come away with a win and dominate the fight. So, yeah.
Okay. I read something about you talking about reason why you love Bellator because of the way they are open to young talents and also the Grand Prix format, tournament format. So how
Yeah.
has it been so far for you in Bellator? The
I mean, I've
experience,
had a,
the
I've,
hmm,
I feel I've had an amazing. I don't even have it been a year yet,
hmm.
or I think it
A
was
year plus,
2009.
yes.
Huh?
I think
A
a year
year
plus,
plus.
almost 2 years, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, man. I feel like this has been. I mean, my run in Bellator has been great. You know,
Okay.
4-0. You know, I'm ranked number 4.
Yes.
You know, I'm fighting number 3. Could be fighting for a number 1 contender spot. So I think I made the right decision, and everything, you know, seems to have happened for a reason. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm in a great spot
Okay.
to make a big jump this next fight, and everything is kind of happening fast. You know what I mean? So yeah, I still agree with that. I'm super happy I came to Bellator. They got a lot of new talent and a lot of faces for me, you know, to square up against. And they got, you know, that $1 million tournament is, you know, super interesting. Like if we can get a $1 million tournament going in the bantamweight division, I feel like
Yes.
that'll bring a lot of eyes, and that'll, you know, they'll be super
Motivate the
exciting.
fighters as well. More. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a different type of mindset. Like, you know, if you stay in this turn, you beat this guy, you got a chance at $1
Yes.
million. You know,
Yes.
not a lot of people can say that going into MMA, but yeah, so that'd be really cool.
You said something just now. Could be number one contender, but I believe we're already pushing it as a number one contender. We're promoting
Yeah,
that fight so high as a number one contender fight. Number 3 against number 4, the winner. Because I think number 2 already lost to the champ recently.
yep.
Yeah.
The number one and
So it's
number
this should be number one
number
contender.
yeah, it's got to be the number one
Number one
contender.
contender for
The
you.
other
Yeah.
thing is the Patchy Mix guy didn't want to fight. Like, I've called him out numerous times. He just don't. I mean, he's denied fighting with me. So everybody knows, like, this is the toughest fight in the division. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
that's part of the reason it excites me. You
Okay.
know, because in my head, I'm fighting all these guys. Like, if I can get my hands on all these guys, I want my hands on all these guys. So yeah, so I think everybody knows this is it. This is the number one contender fight for sure.
Okay. So let's go down on a lighter note a bit.
Yeah.
Tell us about your nickname SUPA. Where did
Okay.
that name come from? How did you get the name? How did you come about the name?
So SUPA, it was
Yeah.
like a mix of you know, DBZ, you know, comics,
Okay.
superheroes, stuff like that, you
Okay.
know, but also it just comes like a I never pronounce like anything kind of like you're supposed to pronounce it.
Okay.
Just probably from because of where I'm from.
Okay.
But yeah, so I wouldn't want to be called super just because, you know, I never pronounced the ER and anything. So
Yes.
that's kind of how super came about, you know what I mean? I liked it, the idea of being like a super saiyan or a superhuman Superman or something like that, but I wanted to put an ethnic spin on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I said
Awesome.
super.
Awesome. Um, let's go back to Nigeria a little bit. Have you tried
Yeah,
Nigerian food? We have the jollof rice, the
the
fufu, the
jollof
pounded
rice, the
yam.
fufu, man, the soup, the stew. Yeah, man. I love Nigerian food, and
Okay.
unfortunately, I only usually get it when I go back to Houston or I go visit my dad.
Okay.
His wife makes an delicious freaking beef stew with
Yes.
fufu. Man, it's so good. It's
Yeah,
so
the stew
good.
with the
Yeah.
rice is just always awesome.
You said what? Yeah,
The stew with
yeah,
with the rice.
yeah. I freaking love it, man. I love it. So yeah, unfortunately I don't get it often, but it probably makes it that much better when I do get a chance to eat it, you know. It's like oh my goodness. It's so good.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go straight into 263, which was
Yeah.
postponed. What happened? The fight is supposed to be 31st of July. Bellator
Yeah,
263 got postponed. Or your own fight got moved to August 13, which is 264. So what happened there?
I have no idea. And I'm still like trying to ask my manager like what
Okay.
happened. That's
Okay.
why I posted like to Magomed to see like is something going on? Like what's going on? Like you
Mm.
because it's annoying to me because I have to for this camp because I'm moving states.
Okay.
I have to train like away from my family, and I have to like set up like a place to stay
Okay.
while I'm because I don't we sold our house because
Okay.
we're buying a house in Houston, so I don't
Okay.
have a place to stay, you know,
Yeah.
so I
Okay.
have to pay for like lodging and you know figure out you know logistics of setting up a good time to train or a good place to train, you
Okay.
know, because I want to continue to train at Rufus Sport.
Okay.
So when they called me about it, like I was already in Milwaukee, you
Okay.
know, starting my camp, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And it's like, yeah, so I'm kind of pissed, you know. I know I am pissed. I'm pissed that it's moved back
Move, but
because then it just
yeah,
messes up. It messes
yeah,
up
the whole
every because
plan. Yep.
I had
Mm.
plans like after July 1st. Also, I was fighting on the same card as my teammate Emmanuel
Mm.
Sanchez, you know, which is one of the goals I had going into Bellator
Yes.
was to
Okay.
fight on all the cards with all my teammates. You
My
know, I want to do
teammates.
that.
Mm.
But then for us to buy a house, I have to be in Houston. So
Yeah.
I was planning on after the July 1st in August going and buying a house, you know,
Yes.
or going to close on a house in
Mm.
August after everything was done so I can
Mm.
move in and do everything. But
True.
now since it's like
The whole plan is
it's moved,
disrupted.
yeah,
Yes.
the plan is just kibosh.
Oh,
So now I gotta
yes.
like drive to Texas while in fight camp, so I'll have to like train on the road, which I
Mm.
can do, and it's you
Mm.
know it just adds more stuff, you know what I mean,
Yes, I
which
know.
it doesn't, it's not any like I'll just use that as more
Okay.
fuel
So,
to go in that cage and
mm,
you know really hurt somebody. So
okay.
you know it is what it is, but it does rub me the wrong way.
Mm, I get. I get. Hopefully, it doesn't
Yeah.
affect you that much. That's the goal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it won't
Okay.
affect my performance at all,
Okay.
but it's
Okay.
just the preparation is just affecting a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's nothing that's going to stop me from preparing as hard, you know what I mean? It's just so I'll have to train at a different gym at a different time, you know, but and it's only for I'll be gone to close on for like 2 days or something or 3 days.
Mm,
But whatever it is, yeah, I'll make it work. I always that's
okay.
another thing too. I like pride myself in like rolling with the punches or whatever happens, you know,
Okay.
I'm gonna come out on top. You know, I can be born into poverty, I'm gonna come out on top. I can be born,
Yes.
you know, with not as many tools to do stuff, but I'm gonna come out on top. So
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah.
Um. Now, talking about your opponent, Magomedov, the
Yep.
Russian guy, Dagestan guy. We know how the Dagestanis are very
Yeah.
durable, good wrestlers. You're also a great wrestler yourself. So, what
Yeah.
would you say? Are things you are watching, are looking, what would you say are his strengths and things you are worried of going into this fight?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I think it's obvious that his wrestling is his strength.
Okay.
He's also got good striking. But I feel like his wrestling is definitely, you know, overtaking that.
Okay.
Um pretty much I gotta pretty much go in there and just not, you know, bag up, you know, and that's my fighting style anyways. If you watch
Mm.
a lot of my fights, I'm usually the guy that's chasing. I'm usually the guy, you know, because people don't want to get taken down. But
Yes.
you know, so this guy is gonna want to get the takedown, but I just gotta meet him, you know what I mean? And I'm very comfortable. I'm very comfortable wrestling. I'm very comfortable re-wrestling. I'm very comfortable, you know, being inside the pocket. So that's where I gotta take this fight. You know, uh that's where I can make him the most uncomfortable. And that's the deal, you know. Wherever I
Okay.
feel like he's the most uncomfortable, that's where I'm gonna take it. And I feel like I have the skills and the will and the strength and you know to do all that. So I feel like I'm gonna be the more athletic, like explosive fighter.
Okay.
He's fast, but I don't feel like he's like explosive. I don't feel like he's got good like clinch strength, but I don't feel like he's like kind of imposing strong.
Okay.
So but we'll see. We'll see at the end of the day, maybe he surprises me, and if he surprises me, then I'll figure something out.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's why I feel like I'll be. So like the game plan is pretty much kind of the same game plan I had against Josh Hill.
Okay.
I'm striking a lot. But I'm staying in my range. I'm very long. I'm a very long bantamweight. I got very long arms. So yeah, I'm just gonna when he gets close enough for me to hit him, I'm gonna hit him. And then when he wants to wrestle, I'll wrestle back, and I won't shy away from anything. In every aspect of the fight, I want to beat him at, and I want to demoralize him with everything that he does. So that's the game plan.
To borrow something from Kamaru Usman saying, you are good at mixing it up. You're going to put all together against this guy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Wherever it goes, goes, I'm very comfortable. So I'm looking to, and I feel like this fight is a fight that'll really put like the last fight, should have put some guys on notice, but this fight I think will really put that guy, because a lot of people respect Magomedov, and as they should. He's a good fighter. You know what I mean? So I'm ready to dominate. I think this is the first time too that I've been a underdog, in my fights. So this is exciting, that people believe, believe he's better than me, so we get to find out. So that's that gets my blood pumping. That's fun. Yeah.
Okay, my next question is going to be, if you win this fight, as they used to say, I believe you're going to win. I'm going to be a bit biased now, but to be honest, when you win this fight, when you win this fight, you are declared contender for a title. And fortunately or unfortunately, your teammate is the incumbent champion, Sergio Pettis. You guys train together. So how have you guys talked about that fight in the gym? Are you guys fighting each other, or what happened?
We talked about it briefly, kind of after he won the belt, and we both won on that last card.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're in a place where we're just focused on what's going on right now. So we'll cross that stone or cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay. Just because it is awkward. It's awkward. Yes. Oh man, we're gonna have to fight each other. That's awkward, And I love Sergio, and Sergio's helping me for this camp. Sergio's been a big reason for my success. I feel like I've been a big reason for a lot of his success.
Okay.
So so I don't want to fight Sergio at all. But I can't not fight him if a belt is on the line. That'd be unfair to my family. That'd be unfair, it'd be unfair to me, kind of. But also it's a bittersweet thing, man, because I want to see Sergio the champion for a long time. So we'll see. Hopefully they do a tournament, you know what I mean? And then at least, if it is for a belt, at least one of us gets $1 million,
Yes.
So we'll see.
Okay. I'm going to touch on also social media bullying and hate, which a lot of fighters are facing, and they fall into that trap of getting depressed, worrying so much. Recently, I saw you posting some good messages from the Russian fans.
Oh yeah,
who were cheering you up for this upcoming fan, telling you, and I was so happy seeing that message, because sometimes people generalize and say those Russians, but people are all not the same. So what can you say about that messages and those messages you got, and also how have you handled those insults and those all those the bullying online? How do you
so social media for me, I usually just use it to I want to be positive, and spread positivity, but I'm also I'm just on there for fun and information, giving people information about, if they wanted to see what I'm doing next. Okay. As far as negativity, when I see negativity, it's just I don't see it as it don't make me mad. It just it makes me want to laugh at the person, but it's I feel bad for them, because if you have to come at somebody about something negative about somebody, that means somewhere you're feeling insecure or you
Yes,
feel
you
a
say a lot
need
about
to
that
some.
person. Yes.
Yeah, like you probably don't feel the best about yourself, so you want other people to feel misery loves company, you know what I mean? So I feel bad for them, so I don't like engage for the most part.
Yes. That's awesome.
Also, like I'm usually super busy training, handling family stuff. But sometimes I do sometimes I do engage,
Okay.
just to like engage just because I ain't got nothing else to do. But
Yes.
I found that most of the time, like when I do engage with like someone who's just trying to be a bully online, like all they want is attention.
Attention.
Like,
Yes.
yeah, like as soon as you give them attention, then they're like, oh man, I didn't think you messaged me back. So like the reason you messaged me or messaged
Just
me
to get
something
attention.
mean
Yes.
is just to
Yes.
get me to respond. Like that's which is sad. Like that's what you feel like the best way to get me to respond is by sending me something negative. You know what I mean? But yeah. So I got a bunch of kind of racist comments or whatever. But I mean most of the guys just are supporting Magomed, and that's how some of them felt like they needed to support Magomed. So I'm like not like mad at it, or I just like I see it as kind of pathetic. You know what I mean? That you feel a need to attack somebody because you're not you don't feel like you add up or something. But I received a lot of messages from like Russians, and I know a lot of Russians that I love, and I know all of them aren't like that, and so I didn't want to make it like I know like all because most people generalize any chance that they get. So I just wanted people to know like, hey, everybody not like that, in any race, any creed, any gender, everybody is not like, there's a lot of good in this world, there's a lot of evil in this world, but there's still good, and there's still good people everywhere you go, no matter what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jam, for your time.
No problem.
Any closing remark for your fans, the audience going to be looking forward to 264, Bellator 264 in August 13? What do you have to say to those people looking forward to seeing your fight? Some people don't really know much. I'm not trying to say that the bad way. Most fans are just UFC fans. So the moment we post the first time we'll have this MMA chat, and people are like, who is this guy? Nigeria guy, you. So so they got to know about you, like, oh, he's a Nigerian. Oh, and so they now went to check your page and they saw the Nigerian flag. I'm like, this guy is really Nigeria. So so what message do you have for your fans in Nigeria, all over the world?
I appreciate all the support. I feel like if I can inspire people that are like me, that are Nigerian, that are Black, that are of any minority, or even not, if I can inspire people, especially the people like me, I'm super grateful. So if you guys want to tune in, it'll be a lot of fun. You know what I mean? There's a lot of implications for the fight. So yeah, tune in if you want. I guarantee it'll be a fun fight. It'll be a lot of good fights. So appreciate the support, and thank you. Hopefully, I asked Kamaru if he could take me to Nigeria that time he went. But
okay.
But yeah, hopefully I can return, or not return. I can go there, I'm thinking this next year, I think, or this next summer, I should say.
Are you going alone, or you're going with your family? So they get to see Nigeria at least.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I want to do. I want to take, I want to take my whole family. I want to take my dad. So yeah, hopefully this next year.
Awesome. And also, combat sport is growing in Africa now. We have the AFC in South Africa. Then recently, about last year, they did something. They call it African Knockout. So reality TV show, just like Ultimate Fighters, which was done in Nigeria. So just to bring more combat sport athletes.
That's what's up.
What do you think? What advice do you have when it comes to developing combat sport in Africa? It's still a new sport in Africa. People are just getting people are getting into the sport now because of
Yeah.
Kamaru Usman, a few names around, champions around. So
yeah.
yes.
I would say my biggest advice is consistency. You know, you write down a goal, whatever that goal is. If it's the MMA champion, do something every day toward that goal. Because if you're not going forward, you're going backwards.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, Champ, for your time. One more request we want to ask you
no
for.
problem.
We are trying to do this intro thing for our intro video where we want to have like different fighters we've interviewed, like give us a shout out just to get more audience on our platform. So
for sure.
we just would like you to mention your name. Like my name is this. I'm a bantamweight fighter. I'm a Bellator bantamweight fighter, and also subscribe to the African Fighters, or you're watching the African Fighters, something like that. Any message you want to put? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Hey man, it's Raufeon Stots, Raufeon Super Stots, Bellator Bantamweight. And make sure you follow, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe to the African Fighters.
Thank you very much, we really appreciate this. Thank you very much.
No problem, brother.
Thank you. Wish you all the best in your upcoming fights. Hopefully you get the W and become the #1 contender and fight for the belt. We want to have another African champion soon.
Yes, sir. Soon.
Yeah. Thank you.
Come on, Africans!